nothing. No veil between me and the wheel of fire. I can't carry it for you. But I can carry you. Come on!
What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain, says Harvey Dent's Bruce Wayne in a prophetic word that is so true these days about the cinematic and cultural zeitgeist. It's like everyone is just clinging on too long and destroying themselves. If you're looking at George Lucas, Kathleen Kennedy, Mark Hamill, and this current political cycle is actually making villains out of so many people. It's mind-boggling. Like, do you see yourselves? Right? Elon Musk posting this just the other day. I thought it was profound. You watch The Hunger Games and you sided with the Resistance. You watch Star Wars, you sided with the Resistance. You watch The Matrix and you sided with the Resistance. You watch Divergent and you sided with the Resistance. You watch V for Vendetta, you sided with the Resistance. When it's fiction, you understand. But you refuse to see it when it's the reality you're living in. Wild. Elon Musk got 1 million likes and 250,000 reposts on this. It was seen by 73 million people. Goodness gracious. It's so unbelievably true. What about people who are Lord of the Rings fans, right? Gary, Nerdrotics channel, big time Lord of the Rings fan. Like, who are the resistance in the Lord of the Rings? Well, certainly it is the army of men and the hobbits fighting the forces of darkness, right? And who would be the forces of darkness in our modern day? It would be the people who want to censor and imprison their political opponents, who want to jail half the country, who want to seize power by force, by cheating, by sheer will, and by oppressing, like, the vast majority of the country. Which side is that? Which side is that? It's amazing. Which side would Samwise Gamgee be on? And this is where it gets quite depressing. This guy named Sean Austin, who is the actor who plays Sam in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, posted this, and it didn't go great. Well, that does it. I'm hitting the campaign trail. Oh no. Austin for Harris, where he does this funny little video outside of, like, at a bus stop, I guess. It gets nearly 10 million views, and he locks the comments. Never a great sign. What does he have to say? Well, he says he's going to abandon his family. He says he was going to go back and see his wife and kids, but instead, he's going to be a white dude for Harris, abandon his children and his wife, and hit the campaign trail for the lady who's destroyed the country for the last 4 years.
Hey everybody, good morning. Here I am in downtown Chicago at the corner of East Grand and West Grand. And I just decided that I need to get out and start campaigning for Kamala Harris for president. I got back from overseas yesterday and I was gonna head home and be with my beautiful wife and my gorgeous children. And then I remembered that I fashioned myself some sort of a leader, at least in my own mind. And the only kind of leadership that means anything anymore is leadership by example. So I'm gonna head over to Indiana, my old stomping ground, where Christine, my wife, where she's from and where I've spent so much time. And did you know that it shares a border with Michigan? Interesting. Stay tuned.
I can see why actors need scripts. That actually made no sense. I'm going to abandon my children and my wife for Sauron, says Samwise Gamgee. The real Samwise, as written by Tolkien, says, in the end, it's only a passing thing, this shadow, even darkness must pass. A new day will come when the sun shines, and it will shine out the clearer. Samwise has now chosen the darkness instead of the sun, and it is so depressing. I'm not saying necessarily that, you know, he needs to be a Trump supporter. I mean, this is not the point. Okay, so to reverse this, right? So if he was coming out as a Trump supporter, I'd also be I'd be like, fine, but like I'd be scratching my head. Look, what I'm trying to say here is that you mean something to people, right? The characters you portray, they're timeless. And you shouldn't side with the darkness. You shouldn't side with the machine. With the Democrat apparatus, like the Democrat apparatus controls all the corporate media, all the armies, all the security forces, big time police forces, all the intel forces, all the major law firms, all the major corporations. Like everything is controlled right now by this corporate superstructure called the dark side, you know, called the empires, called Sauron. And you're siding with that? You're doing these like groveling, like white dudes for Harris videos? The idea that men can gather and talk about how we feel. Oh, it's so repulsive. Oh, it's so embarrassing.
Coming back to be with his men's group. I think they had more than white men in that group. So, but the idea that men can gather to talk about how we feel. Interesting, powerful concept. And to include all, we said in our invitation, everyone is welcome. That's a really interesting phrase. Everyone is welcome. You might hear it in other places. I'm pretty sure you can feel that it's true here with this particular political party and this particular candidate.
Okay. Joe Biden wants to put half the country in prison. Kamala Harris did put half of the state of California in prison, as long as you were black. You can go check the record on that. All right. And Kamala Harris was happy about it. And she bragged about it. She kept people there longer than their sentences. And then she framed people. This is a matter of fact. Tulsi Gabbard called her out on this on the debate stage. Oh, this is a movement for everyone. You can see why they give them scripts. They also must be giving Samwise, you know, second breakfast, third breakfast, ninth breakfast, and lock in the comments. Such bravery when you don't want to hear from anyone. So stunning, so brave. Okay, well, you can still quote tweet. Jack Black, unavailable for comment. You look like if you ate some of them comments. What's wrong? Mr. Replies turned off. You afraid of pushback? Yikes, not surprised another Hollywood loser want our country and middle class to fail. Screw you, Hobbit. Look, another Hollywood elitist going to start stomping for the traitors of the Communist Democrat Party. Finally, pure cringe. Looks like the ring won after all. Sam has become one of Sauron's minions, is what everybody's saying. It's so true. I didn't know we'd get the Lord of the Rings spinoff where Samwise goes and works for Sauron. Hope he can uncorrupt his mind and come back to the side of light, save the realm. The orcs are among us, and they are lined up at the gate, ready to continue to lay slaughter. Oof. Nobody said you were smart, man, Sam. The pure cringe. Finally. Pure cringe. Why do these guys with these like good legacies, right? These impeccable legacies, they never had to do, you know, Mark Hamill never had to do anything. He never got another job in Hollywood. Okay. So he's only Luke Skywalker. He's never portrayed anyone and never got another acting job. You can like obviously see why.
Well, you know, I called him Mr. President. He said, you can call me Joe. And I said, can I call you Joe B1 Kenobi?
Dude, you don't have to do this, right? Like, what do they pay? Like, how much money do you need? You really like, is something wrong? You know, like, are you really, I guess, yeah, I mean, I guess you have no other work, right? So you're like hard up for cash, maybe. So you do this. You know, I guess you're getting paid. Maybe. Are you? I don't know. This one's particularly tough to watch. Joe Biden and who clearly doesn't know like what's going on. Joe Biden and Mark Hamill inside of the White House here.
May the 4th be with you. Always.
Look at how much makeup Joe Biden's wearing. Look at this. It's so gross. I mean, oh, come on, dude. Why? Why? You just have to collect your check for the rest of your life and you don't have to do any of this stuff.
I'm Mark Hamill, and I'm voting for for Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Dude, like, how much are they paying you to disgrace yourself, to humiliate yourself?
I get to say a lot of things at that podium, but I've always wanted to say something to you.
What?
May the 4th be with you.
Oh, and remember, I'll always be forcefully yours.
Mark Hamill joins Death Star press conference to say what a good job he thinks the Emperor is doing. You know, I don't care if you're Bud Light or John Deere or Harley Davidson, Tractor Supply, like any of these actors. Like, can't you? I'm not arguing for for you to put Donald Trump on a can of Bud Light. I'm not saying that's smart. I'm not arguing for you for like Mark Hamill to come out pure MAGA. I'm saying, like, can you just shut the f up? Like, just stop. Like, could you just do the thing? You're a paid adult pretender, and that means a lot of stuff to a lot of people. A lot of people love your work. Could you just stop destroying that? Like, and let us have like some small modicum of culture, like sports stars too. I'm talking to you, where you just like you just play ball, where you just do the actor. You don't have to make everything political. You have to go and destroy yourself and disgrace your own legacy with stuff like this. It's so cringe. Oh, I'm gonna leave my family. I'm gonna leave my family and kids. I just came back from this long trip, and now I'm gonna leave my family and kids. And I'm standing in the middle of a city that Democrats have destroyed, and you can see how they've destroyed it. And it's dangerous, and it's lucky that you're not, getting mugged on the street corner. And I'm like so excited to go get more of that. I need to go not just like support Sauron. I need to go work for Sauron. Well, this is why we fight, ladies and gentlemen. Because culture is brain rot, and it's worth building something new and something better. This is why we don't put our faith in men. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See ya.